Hello everybody, it's foofootoo here, and today I've got a video all about everything you need to know about the Bulbasaur family in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. We'll be talking about where to find these Pokemon, how to combo chain them for shinies and good IVs, and also how to use them in-game against those Master Trainers, and how to use them in Wi-Fi battles and competitively, so the best movesets and natures to use. Hopefully this will be really interesting and informative, so if you do enjoy the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, a like, because it really helps me promote this channel and also lets me know what content you guys want to see. I decided to do all of the starters first, so we had Squirtle, we've got Bulbasaur now, and we'll have Charmander, and then we'll reassess what we want to do next. But if you have any suggestions of what Pokemon you want to see in this series, then let me know in the comment section below. So, where can you find Bulbasaur? Well, you can find it quite early game. There is a house in Cerulean City with someone that will just gift you a Bulbasaur, so you have to wait until after Brock, after Mount Moon, and then you can get your Bulbasaur for free and ready to use against Misty because it's really good there. But you can actually find it earlier in the game than that because you can catch it in the wild in Viridian Forest, which is great. It's a rare spawn there, which means that you won't be seeing it too easily, and actually the best way to find your first Bulbasaur is to get a 10 chain of something else like Caterpie or Weedle because they're really easy to catch. Once you've caught 10, you should have a Bulbasaur popping up pretty easily, so that's quite good. And actually, that's probably the best way to shiny hunt Bulbasaur if you're not bothered about stats. Get a 31 chain of, say, Caterpie or Weedle because they're really easy to catch. Then Bulbasaur should be popping up relatively frequently. You've got that increased shiny chance because you've got a 31 chain of a Pokemon. It doesn't matter if it's Bulbasaur or not. You've got that 31 chain, so you've got the increased odds. Pop a lure down so that Bulbasaur spawns will be even more frequent and the shiny chances are increased even more, and then you should be good to go. It's worth bearing in mind that you'll only have one Bulbasaur on screen at any one time, so you'll have the best way to cycle through them quickly is to encounter them and either run or catch them. And then when the encounter ends, it means another Bulbasaur can pop up straight away, so that's the best way to cycle through them quickly. If you do want to get a strong Bulbasaur with good stats, you'll need to combo chain it, and also don't forget to set the nature you want in Celadon City. A lot of natures suit Bulbasaur. I'll talk more about that in the competitive section of this video. Combo chaining Bulbasaur is slightly easier than Squirtle because in Viridian Forest the Pokemon are a lower level. You want to probably bring some Ultra Balls if you can afford them, because that will really hopefully guarantee your captures of Bulbasaur. They don't pop out as frequently as Squirtle. The spawns are quite infrequent to begin with. Once you've got a 10 chain of Bulbasaur and a lure, they'll be popping up relatively frequently, so after your first 10 it should be a bit quicker, and once you've got a 31 chain, they'll be spawning all the time. After your 31 chain, you're guaranteed 4 perfect IVs, and you've got a 1 in 31 chance for each of the remaining IVs to be perfect as well, so just keep chaining until you get the ideal Bulbasaur that you want. And while you're doing this, obviously a shiny could pop up too, so that's pretty good. So looking in-game as to how you can use this Pokemon, it's a really good Pokemon for most of the gyms until you get later in the game. So it's really great against Brock, Misty, LT Surge. It's even pretty good against Erica because it's got that poison typing. And then you only have to worry about things like Sabrina and Blaine that could cause you any problems with Bulbasaur. In terms of what moves are good, Sleep Powder's always nice, Leech Seed is good at chipping away at things that it can't cause too much damage against. Mega Drain is the best move for it just because it deals good damage and you get that really nice recovery going on. Other than that, just pick what you want to suit the situation that you're going up against. Looking at the Master Trainers, unfortunately for these ones you can't use that Toxic Protect strategy that beats most Master Trainers pretty easily. So what that means is you will have to train up your Bulbasaur, you'll probably have to give it a lot of candies, and then the best move to use is to spam Sludge Bomb really and use Rest, because then you can recover off any damage if you're worried about taking too much damage. But it's really just out-muscling your opponent, so using those candies. The same goes for Ivysaur. With Venusaur, Venusaur does have a Mega Evolution which is really nice and strong and it gives it loads of options. In terms of the Master Trainers, definitely consider getting that Mega Evolution. You get it just before the final gym. And again, Sludge Bomb is probably the best move you want to be using, but it definitely gives you an advantage against the Master Trainer. So looking at Wi-Fi battles and competitive, Venusaur is a really strong choice, regardless of if you want to Mega Evolve it or not. And that is because Grass types have those really nice recovery options. Though they're not the most reliable recovery options in Mega Drain and Leech Seed, they help a ton, keeping these Pokemon very healthy and dealing damage on your opponent. So it's probably the best grass type to use, regardless of if you want to use a different Mega Evolution. Regular Venusaur is very good because it is pretty bulky and pretty strong with its special attacks, so Venusaur is a great option. The moveset that you'll probably be using is Mega Drain, Sludge Bomb, Leech Seed and Sleep Powder. This is a really strong moveset, and it's pretty much, if you're going up against a Venusaur, it's likely to have this moveset. In terms of the natures you want to use, you could try a defensive nature like Bold or Calm, which work really well in checking certain Pokemon. Calm really helps with the special water types like Blastoise and Starmie. Bold helps with some of the fighting types that might be out there. Or you could run like a bit more of an offensive Venusaur with Modest, or even Timid, because as I said, Venusaur's a pretty good Pokemon. You'll be seeing a lot of other Venusaurs. So if you want to try and outspeed those other Venusaurs, Timid is a really good option. It also means that you outspeed Blastoise all the time as well. So it's not a bad option to consider Timid there. Mega Evolving works really well with this set too, but it does give you more options because not only does Venusaur's bulk increase, but its attacking stats increase too. And because its attack stat increases, it does mean that Venusaur could run some physical attacks on there to take the opponent off guard. It gets access to the very powerful Power Whip and also Earthquake, which is really nice for hitting poison types, fire types and steel types. It covers for a lot of things that resist its grass type moves. So you could have a more offensive Mega Venusaur set with good physical attack. For this set, you probably want to run like a Naive or even a Naughty Nature, and you can really take things like Alolan Muck, fire types like Arcanine, and even Melmetal won't really appreciate taking that Earthquake damage. All in all, Venusaur is a great choice on many teams and really helps them out, so I recommend this one wholeheartedly. Whether you want to use a different Mega Evolution or not, Venusaur will still be able to fit on that team. So that's my lowdown on Venusaur in these games. I think it's a very, very solid Pokemon and I really like using it. It slots on teams really nicely, so definitely give it a look and also prepare for it on the opponent's team because I've seen a lot being brought, so you need to make sure that you can take it on yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and keeping an eye out for future videos like this. But that's going to be all for today. I've been foofootoo, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.